If you know my channel, you know I'm usually talking about e-learning design and deep diving into Adobe Captivate, but today we're talking about a massive shift in my daily workflow. After using Windows since 1995 and running through 3 generations of Dell XPS laptops, I finally did it. I bit the bullet and switched to Mac OS. Why now? Because as a freelance e-learning developer and videographer, my work demands serious power. Captivate is on a subscription model now, so hardware flexibility isn't an issue, but my video rendering times were. I needed a machine that could keep up. Here is my honest review of the 14-inch MacBook Pro M5 Pro after a few months of real-world testing. Now, if you're coming from the PC world like me, you're used to the upgrade path. You buy a base model Dell, let's say, for example, save some cash up front, and later hit up Crucial.com to slap in more RAM or a bigger SSD. With Apple, you're locked in from day one. What you buy is what you die with. I initially looked at the base model M5 with a 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 16 gigabytes of unified memory, and a 512 gigabyte SSD. But for heavy video editing and multitasking, a 16 gigabytes of memory just felt like a ticking time bomb for a long-term investment. I also looked at the older M4 Pro models, but I decided if I was going to make a generational leap, I needed to go all in. Here's my configuration. The M5 Pro, sweet spot. Here is what I actually ended up with. The 14-inch M5 Pro with an 18-core CPU and a massive 20-core GPU. It's paired with 24 gigabytes of unified memory and a full terabyte SSD. Let's talk about that unified memory. If you're from the PC world, think of it as a pool of ultra-fast RAM that is shared dynamically between the CPU and the GPU. Instead of the system passing data back and forth between separate compartments, everything pulls from the same pool instantly. If my video editor needs a massive chunk of horsepower, the system allocates it on the fly. It makes the entire experience incredibly fluid. A lot of people hyped up the new nano texture matte display for editing on the go, but 95% of the time I'm working right here in my home office. I don't have any windows in this room, so the only potential glare comes from my studio lights, and frankly, the standard display handles it beautifully. The colors are incredibly vibrant. The contrast is stunning. Performance-wise, this thing is absolutely lightning fast. Building complex interactive projects in Captivate, multitasking with heavy assets, rendering out 4K video, it doesn't even stutter. I haven't noticed a single frame drop or rendering delay. It just breezes through everything I throw at it. Now, for the painful part, the price. In Canadian dollars, this machine pushed past the $3,000 mark. Ouch! That is a serious hit to the bank account. If this were just a hobby, I couldn't justify it. But as a business expense for a full-time freelancer, it's an investment in my time. I'm not buying this laptop just for today. I'm buying it for the next 4 or 5 years. My only minor critique, the space black finish. If I could do that over again, I might go with the silver. It loves the fingerprints, which you can see on the Apple logo here. I might consider the silver for that reason. But looks aside, switching to Mac OS has been the right move for my business. The Dell XPS line served me well for decades. But the M5 Pro is on another level. If you made the switch from Windows to Mac recently, let me know in the comments how your learning curve went. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you thought this video was helpful, please like and share it with your colleagues. If you need help with Adobe Captivate, hire Paul for one-on-one instruction. Paul's goal is to focus on lessons based on your specific needs. visit his website at captivateteacher.com. And don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel.